Hello and welcome to Beth's Bougie Adventures, coming to you all the way from Borneo. I have so much to catch you guys up on. If you'd seen me 24 hours ago, you would not believe the change in how I am. There has been a lot happen in the last 24 hours. So if you are new to my channel, I am currently backpacking with my partner, fiance, I haven't got my ring on, my fiance Nathan, who has cerebral palsy, and we are on a mission to show that travel is for everyone. So we have finished 6 months of backpacking the Australian East Coast, living in Melbourne for a little bit, and now backpacking Southeast Asia for an indeterminate amount of time. So far we've done 2 weeks in Bali. We are now in Malaysian Borneo, ready for probably what's going to be the most exciting thing ever for me. This is an absolute dream, bucket list moment. I've talked about it for years, always wanted to do it, and I can't believe I get to see that I'm gonna see some Borneo orangutans in the wild, hopefully. I'm so excited. I can't even formulate words. But to catch you guys up on where we are, because the last time I left you, we were in Uluwatu and I was not very well. That was only day 2 and we were about to fly to Kuala Lumpur. Now, admittedly, I haven't really filmed anything in that time, and the reason is I've just gotten worse and worse. There wasn't really much to film and I was getting quite upset because I just felt so ill, and it was that guilt of should be out and about. So we were in Kuala Lumpur for just 1 day, and to be fair, we did go out and we saw bits. We didn't want to veer too far from the hotel room just in case, because I'd been so poorly, I hadn't slept. I was just like, the stomach cramps were awful. So we didn't really go too far from the hotel room, but luckily we were so far in the centre that there was still quite a lot we could do. So we managed to get to the KLCC Park, we managed to look at the malls nearby, we saw the Petronas Twin Towers, we did see the water fountain show. So at least we did get to do some bits, but there was a lot more that I feel like I did miss out on. Luckily, we are going back to Kuala Lumpur, so there should be more that we can do. Obviously, haven't at the point that I'm recording this, but there's a lot that we can do. It was just a bit emotional at that time. We also had a bit of an impromptu layover in Miri. Now, that was due to our flight to Kota Kinabalu being cancelled. They flew us from Kuala Lumpur over to Kota Kinabalu. No, they flew us from Kuala Lumpur over to Miri in Sarawak, which was a bit rogue, but my plan was to get out. It's not the most tourist city, it's a very sleepy city, but I also always like to just get out and find hidden gems and see what's around. And unfortunately, I just was not. You can probably hear it's Eid fireworks going on. It is Eid. It's just broken the fast, so it's pretty insane out there right now. I can't remember what I was saying now. What was I saying? Oh my God, please come back. Come back to me. Come back to my face. So because this was all a comp stay, we did book a 5-star hotel, which was pretty cheap in Miri anyway. So I'm glad we had that, because it did mean that I just got to relax. I did a lot of catching up on sleep and then had another night of not sleeping. So very much own myself sleep at this point. But it was a shame we didn't get to go out and about. But at the end of the day, at least we didn't miss anything that we were planning to do. That's the only silver lining there. And then yesterday we landed in Kota Kinabalu, and immediately I was just like, I need to go see a doctor. I need to go get looked at, because it's now been, 6 days and I'm still not well. If it was a case of I was feeling better, then I was still getting stomach cramps, but still getting some symptoms, but improving. But this was just getting worse. So when I went to the doctors, they basically said, she tested me for dengue fever, not quite dengue fever, but I do have a very severe stomach infection, which was leading to dehydration. Obviously, that's not going to help. And no matter how much water I was drinking, it just wasn't rehydrating me. So I was sent away with antibiotics, did get an IV, did get rehydration sachets, all these things just to keep an eye on it. And I cannot tell you how much I've improved in the last day. So It looks like the antibiotics are working. Let's hope they continue to. I'm just looking forward to, because we're now in Sandakan, and this was probably the thing that we've planned our entire trip so far around. Was I really want to see wild orangutans. That is one of my biggest dreams. Wild orangutans and elephants. Two of the biggest things for me that I want to see on this trip, or want to at least attempt to see. And I was so worried that it was going to ruin it, to the point where I was crying, saying, I want to go home. We'll just have to reschedule it and do it at a different time, because if I was going to continue to just get worse and worse, there was no way I could continue traveling. I'm so glad I've come out the other side. I'm so glad I'm here. I feel so grateful, so lucky, so blessed. And hopefully tomorrow I can say I've seen some wild orangutans. Okay, so plan for the week. What's in the vlog? Tomorrow is, well, it's Eid, so that's exciting. They're just breaking the fast now. There's a lot of excitement in Sandakan today. Very busy. Took over an hour to get to our hotel. But for me personally, so we are planning to go to Sepilok tomorrow, to the orangutan sanctuary, the sun bear sanctuary, and we'll see what else we can fit in that time. But those are the priorities. We then have a tour booked, the 3-day, 2-night tour, which I'm so excited for. Hopefully we see the big five. I know everybody wants to see the big five, but we are manifesting the big five out there. And with that, we do get quite a few river cruises. You get all your meals included, you get accommodation, and that cost us, I think it's 1,600 ringgit in total, which is about £240, I want to say, but I will double check that, which I don't think is bad for 2 nights accommodation, all meals, transport to and from, and so many activities included, hikes, cruises. We have so many opportunities to see the big five. I can't complain at all. I will put all the information for who we've booked with. I will give more information as we go through, but it's so exciting. Then after that, we are heading back to Kuala Lumpur. Actually, we have a little bit of a stopover in Kota Kinabalu, so hopefully you can get some nice food there. Heading back to Kuala Lumpur. Then we are doing a little bit of tour out of Malaysia, just a mini one. So we've got Penang, we've got Langkawi, hopefully for a little bit of a reset after so much touring. And then that is our few weeks in Malaysia done, but there's so many exciting things to come. I'm so excited. And again, I just cannot tell you how happy I am that I feel better and how excited I am to see orangutans. So let's go see some. Oh, no fireworks. Where are they? Good morning. So we are on our first day in Sandakan, but we've not actually stayed in Sandakan. So we've actually come out to Sepilok for the Orangutan Rehabilitation Centre, which is our first activity of the day. Just heading in now. So first feeding is at 10 a.m. So heading in for that. I have heard it is the busier one of the day. So there are a lot of tour groups come for this one, but we're going to see if we can see some. I'm very excited. This is one of the biggest, most exciting things that I'm going to do. So let's go get some tickets. I tried to do a bit of research before we came and read somebody had used a bum bag, but apparently now all bags are not allowed in. I don't know if that's a recent development, because we purposefully brought bum bags so that we'd be able to bring at least battery chargers, water, things like that, especially because I've been so ill. We've got 8 minutes to get to a feeding platform. Can we do it? Will we see orangutan? I actually can't stop crying. Oh, it was so good. There was what, 5 orangutans? About 5, 2 little babies. One who was just swinging around. They've herded us away from the feeding platform now, even though there's still orangutans on the platform. But they're herding us. Apparently there's another feeding at 10:30. So they're moving us that way. So to me, about it closing at 11. I thought it closed, is it 11 till 2 or 12 till 2? I said. But headed to the second one now, hopefully see some more. Very happy with the number of orangutans we've seen so far. Cried a lot. And we've not 100% if we're coming back for 3 o'clock yet, but it has been quite busy this morning with the tour groups. So potentially we're probably going to go over and see the sun bears now, maybe grab some water, etc. because you can't bring water in. So I am parched. I just thought it was funny how many macaques were just lingering around. Nasty. But definitely busier in the morning. We'll see what it's like later. Probably will come and see the 3 o'clock feeding. Get some more lovely photos, some more lovely orangutans. Accessibility wise, it is all completely boardwalked. I don't think there was steps, but there was ramps to get up and down. The only points were like, well, the outdoor nursery, but like indoor viewing platforms. You could have stayed at the top if you wanted to. There is railings to come down. But other than that, it was
good. There was the odd few squeaky floorboards.
Few wobbly boardwalk sections, but nothing too bad. We're going to pop to the cafe first, grab a drink, etc. Then go see some sunbears. We're now at the centre, which I think is a little bit smaller, but hopefully we see some sunbears. If you are coming, I would encourage you to read this because I feel like this encompasses everything that I try and teach people about, but also I learned stuff as well about what we can do. But this is a big one. Obviously, there's a lot of benefits to tourism, but there's also a lot of negatives. So it's about being conscious about what we do and the decisions we make. So we watched a video all about the centre and bears, and it's just so sad to see what we've done. And obviously that video is from many years ago, and it's only gotten worse since then. You know, it just gets to you a little bit. Sun bears. It is feeding at 1:30, but we thought we'll go get some lunch ourselves. Now, I don't have my camera with me on this trip, which I'm kind of regretting. I wish I'd got some new lenses, and because there's just so many good photo opportunities. But you know what? I'm happy. I saw them. I got some cute little videos, and then nearly got attacked by a monkey. I'm telling you, these monkeys hate me, and I hate them. We're literally on the way out, so I had my water bottle in my hand, just about to leave. And it went to go for Nathan, and I was like, whoa, what's happened? It just went to swipe my water bottle, so I had to drop it and run. Terrified. And then a guy, there's a German guy behind us who literally started wagging his finger at the monkey because they were getting so aggressive. They are quite nasty. That was 50 ringgit to get in, which is more expensive than the orangutan sanctuary, but it is smaller. But I'm very happy I saw the bears. And not just one either. Multiple bears. They all just plod around. They're so cute. What an amazing day we've had today. I am absolutely exhausted. I know Nathan is too because he's been sleeping on and off. But no, we've had the most incredible day. We loved the orangutan sanctuary. We loved the Borneo Sun Bear Sanctuary. The Borneo Sun Bear Sanctuary is a little bit more expensive, so it's 50 ringgit and it is smaller, but it was amazing to see so many sun bears. And they do such good work, so we're happy to support it. We saw 4 sun bears in the time that we were there, even though we weren't happy with the monkeys after it tried to attack me, but that's another story. Then we saw so many orangutans in the orangutan sanctuary. They do actually say that it's probably a good thing if you don't see any because it means that they're quite happy in the rainforest, that they're well fed. But selfishly, I am glad that I saw so many. We did see in the nursery, we saw Big Daddy, and this girl, well, one of the volunteers, is actually from Newcastle and came over and started chatting, and she told us that he was gearing up, ready to finish his final act for the day with his lady. We didn't see that. We didn't see any birds and bees, but I think she was having to there was a lot of parents around, and it may not have been appropriate for children to see, but you all have to do biology at some point. But no, it was absolutely incredible, and I'm hoping this week is only going to get more amazing. We had the best time. This evening, we had a bit of a dip. We went out to a local mall. It's literally 5 steps away maybe, and Hoppers is on the cinema. It's not an ad, but we went to see Hoppers, which is great. But we were like, oh, well, we'll just watch the cinema. It's on the 11th floor, we'll go up. But I need some sunglasses because somehow I've left my sunglasses in Kuala Lumpur. I actually didn't get any in this mall, but we're wandering through and you can just tell people are like, oh, what are they doing in here? So we were chatting away to a few people, but then these, and I think they were teenagers, they were definitely young, they were of that era, just outwardly mocking Nathan. It is Eid this morning in Malaysia, and the vibe in Harbour Square in Sandakan is so different from last night. I can't even tell you. It's still loud now, but so incredibly different. When I woke up this morning, it was just so still. There was nothing. You could hear the calls. This is this morning in Sandakan. This little kitty. Hello, little kitty. Oh, big stretch. So we're actually on the bus early, ready for our river cruise. So we're going to the Kinabalu River. We're staying with, what is it, the Borneo Sukau, Sikau, and natural resorts. We've got a 3-day river cruise. A lot of, I think, just we get there, we have a bit of a chill. They include all our food. We have numerous cruises included. There are some optional ones as well, which we can book onto when we get there. And it's a bit of a long journey to get there. I think it's about 2 hours, but maybe 3 hours by the time we get there. It's a long one. It's also Eid. So I don't know how busy the roads are going to be. Lots of people going to family, but we're here waiting. We're very excited. This is such a dream come true. We have arrived. We've just checked in. Our first tour is our first activity is at 3:30, so we've got about an hour just to chill. But this is our room. I thought I'd give a very quick whistle stop tour just so you can see. But we've got the deluxe double room, except it's not doubles, it is 2 twins. And then this is the whole room with Nathan. So hello. I'll do a full separate tour, but this is the bathroom as well. So this is the main reason we went for the double, was just so we got a private bathroom. And then out there is a resort. You can see people all kind of walking down, but it's quite a cute resort actually. We've had afternoon tea, lots of carbs, and now we're off on our first cruise. So I think we're just waiting for our names to be called. We've been grouped off, but it is a lot busier than I thought it was going to be. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was going to be like a tiny little resort, but it is very busy. Secret sleepover club or something, because I'm in this mosquito net. If we're in separate twin beds right now, it's like being back in a hostel. But debrief of day one. Oh my god, guys, I cannot tell you how amazing I feel, how much fun we've had, how it's just been great. So we got picked up at 12 and they were punctual. They were definitely punctual, but it took about 2.5 hours to get here, and then they had to wait for everybody to arrive because people coming from completely different places. Had a bit of a debrief of this is what to expect, this is the item. A little bit time to chill out, but not much time before they gave us afternoon tea at 3:30, which was really nice. So a few cakes and things, although it's a lot busier than I expected, so the cakes go quick. Then we had our first cruise, so that was 4 p.m. and we got back about 6:30, so we're meant to be back for 6, but he gave us a little bit more time because we saw 3 out of the big Borneo, with the Borneo 5, we saw 3 animals already. So we saw hornbills, we saw the proboscis monkeys and crocs. I saw a croc who was getting very hungry and ready for his dinner. Hopefully he didn't think about us being dinner, but he was getting ready for it. I tell you, it was huge. It was absolutely amazing. I never expected, especially on day one, on cruise one, to see so much. So really worthwhile. Sunset was gorgeous. Got back, we had dinner, made some friends, got chatting with people. And I signed up for the nighttime walk as well. So you don't expect to see masses and masses of animals, but it's quite nice to walk through. When else can I say I've walked through the Borneo rainforest in pitch black? Because it was pitch black as well, so you needed a torch. At one point we stopped, everybody turned their torches off and just looked up at the sky, and it was beautiful. But we managed to see some cool like insects and frogs and birds, and just really recommend it. I am going to go to bed now because we have to be up, so we have to go get tea and coffee and things at 5:30, ready for our first boat tour of the day at 6. So I'm gonna go and love you and leave you and hopefully take you with me for day 2. See you soon, bye. We've woken up in the Borneo rainforest. It's still super early, it's 5:30 in the morning, but our first cruise is at 6, so we just headed over to get a cup of tea. I was gonna say pitch black, it's not pitch black, it's like sunrise, but not quite. As you can hear, there's a lot of activity. You can hear all the animals outside, so hopefully we see a lot too. We have just got back from our first cruise. Actually, we've been back an hour or so because we've had breakfast, but we didn't see anything this time. Well, nothing of the Borneo Big 5 at least, but we did see so many cute little birds. Actually, I lied. We saw a little baby crocodile, which was so cute. His little teeth hanging out. It reminded me of my old dog, but everything reminds me of my old dog, so that doesn't really mean anything. But we saw lots of little birds, which were gorgeous. We saw a little kingfisher. We saw the red and black one, which I can't remember the name of. He does tell us all the names, but there's so many cool things to see that you completely forget everything you've seen. Saw lots of monkeys. Again, we all know how I feel about the macaques. But it was just such a lovely little cruise down. So we had to get up at 5:30, first cruise at 6, and then you get back for around 7:15, ready for breakfast. Had a lovely breakfast. I was really surprised at the selection. There was so much choice, and they put out hot food. The hot food was all lovely. So you had fried rice, fried noodles. We had sausages. Sausages were all right, to be fair. These roasted fried cabbage things, and then fried coconut, which was really good. Really recommend you have those. And then what else did we have? You had cereal if you wanted cereal. And then they also made pancakes and fresh eggs as well. So they make those for you. They did the chores for you as well. So there was a little bit of a queue, but nothing too bad. We weren't waiting too long. And you have plenty of time between. So you get back just after 7. And then the first walk is at 9. So you have got a bit of time really to chill and get ready. So this walk is like a jungle trek. I think we walk up to the local village. Then there's the opportunity for planting a tree, which I'm going to do. The only sad thing is, I think Nathan did want to plant a tree, but I chatted with the guide and he was like, it is a little bit of a hard trek to do. So if it's anything similar to the trek that I did yesterday, it was mostly fine. Mostly flat. You obviously have to keep your wits about you, have a torch on, but I got stuck, and even getting Nathan's feet into wellies could be a little bit difficult. So he's going to give this one a miss, which I do feel a bit bad because he wanted to do the tree planting. But we are going to do some tree planting, hopefully, when we do the elephant walk that we're going to do in Thailand. So hopefully we can get some of them. We've got a really lovely group here. I think you could come as a couple, even if you didn't want to speak to anybody else. You can come solo, you can come as a family. There's so many different types of groups throughout the accommodation. But we've just ended up chatting with so many different people. So many different people on completely different tours as well. As in, we've done Indonesia, we've done Australia already. We've been traveling since September. There's people that have been traveling for a month. There's people that are just on a holiday. There's people on sabbaticals. There's so many different life experiences. We're all chatting and swapping stories. Somebody telling us all about Bolivia. And it's just amazing to hear how everybody's come together for this one thing. And we're all living such cool, amazing lives. I don't know. I've spent the entire week, ever since I got better actually, and then we got to Orangutan Sanctuary, I just feel on the verge of tears, but like a good way. I just feel so grateful. And this is genuinely, this isn't even me. I know I exaggerate. I love an exaggeration, but this is my dream. And I can't believe I'm getting to a tiny little council estate from a tiny little mining town council estate. Never really even thought this was possible, but I always dreamed of it. I can't believe I'm getting to do it every day. So I'm very lucky. On that note, I should probably go swap into my wellies. I'm still wearing the same outfit as yesterday because I need to cover the legs so I don't get bitten anymore. But let's go trek the jungle. Just woken up for day 3 of our kinabalu river cruise. It is still pitch black outside. It's 5:30 again, so we've got another 6 a.m. morning cruise. No long complaint, obviously, but yesterday we did, it was a bit packed, but also there was like a lot of free time. So in the morning we had the morning cruise and with breakfast, and then it was like a walk around. In all honesty, the walk wasn't amazing. We didn't see much. We heard a lot about surviving in the rainforest, but what was amusing is he kept saying when you get lost in the forest, and I was like, this walk is only meant to be an hour, isn't it? I did plant a tree as well, which was cool. I'm guessing there's no elephants nearby because I really wanted to sign up for the elephant trekking because I really want to see an elephant, but I guess because it does say subject to if they think they'll see one. So on that, we still haven't seen an orangutan in the rainforest, like down the river, and we haven't seen a pygmy elephant. So those are my 2 favourite animals, but we have seen orangutans already, and I'm sure I'll see elephants hopefully in Thailand, but it would be really nice to see one today. But we've done 3 out of the 5 of the big 5 so far, which I think we've been really looking for. And then we signed up for the night cruise last night, so he said there's less than 1% chance you will see a clouded leopard, but we did see so many crocs. We saw a rhinoceros hornbill sleeping. What else did we see? We saw lots of birds, and it was pretty cool. The stars were absolutely amazing. I think that was like the point, star of the show. But the cruise itself was really nice. It was pretty cool just to get out there, and the crocs were so cool. I said to the guy, oh, so we've seen loads of babies, so the
parents, do they tend to be under the water? And he was like, no, they will be where the monkeys are. Sure enough, we heard monkeys and we found some huge crocs. So that was really cool. Let's see what we see today. We finished late from our morning cruise, then had about 10 minutes for breakfast. I'm literally locking the door as we go. Then we leave in now. So I don't know how we've done it. We've somehow managed to. I really should talk and walk, but rapidly getting ready this morning. Never felt so rushed in my life. I've never felt so plan B. Never felt so type B in my life because I still needed to pack. Because obviously you wake up at 5:30, you're straight up to go for your next cruise, and then there's just no time in between. But the reason we were late is because we were really trying to find orangutans for us, which we still didn't get. We've seen so many cool things.
So we're now in Kota Kinabalu. It is the end of our Borneo trip and I can't tell you how heartbroken I am. I feel like I've spent my entire life thinking one day I'm going to go see the Borneo orangutans, and I can't believe that I've done it. I'm going to have to come back because we didn't see them on the river. So I feel like that's a technicality. Plus I have a tree to visit and I need to see Borneo pygmy elephants. So we have to come back. That is a given. But now I feel like I'm mourning that bit of the trip already. I don't know if I could have done another cruise today. I feel like my bum was getting a little bit sore. I'm getting a little bit achy. I'm tired. The wake ups, the late nights. It's a lot, and then you're with people for 3 days, which isn't very long, but you are social for the entire time, and they're all amazing. I'm so glad I met them. There was a big mix of ages, a big mix of couples and solo travellers, and everybody just jumped in together. You had some people who did want to keep themselves, which was absolutely fine, but we'd made a group, which was amazing. Some of them stayed up till 1 this morning, and then had to be up at 5, and I don't know how they did it. But absolutely incredible. Highlights, definitely seen orangutans. I saw the entire time. I think just kind of going down the river. I don't know how to word it, but even just seeing the sunset, I was crying. The stars on the evening, and then just the social side of it as well. As much as I'm tired and my battery is a bit like this, it was just the group. We couldn't have, Nathan keeps saying it, we've got very lucky with the group that we had. Negatives are obviously being ill. I would have wanted to really enjoy the 5-star hotel we had in Miri, and I just couldn't because I slept the entire time. I obviously needed it, but I was very ill. But probably another positive, I'm back alive today. Since I got ill, they told me to be very careful about what I ate while I was recovering. So no food markets, no stalls, etc. But today we went to a food court and found this little stall, and it was £4 for 2 meals and drinks, and the food was good. Really good, so I'm happy. A lot of food as well. Now next we are off to Kuala Lumpur. We are off to Malaysia, and I'm excited to actually do stuff in Malaysia this time. I don't know if we're going to do the Battery Caves, see how we feel, but we have got quite a lot planned. Really going to enjoy it. I've currently got tiger balm all over my legs because I've been bitten alive. So I should probably wrap this up because my legs are currently going very numb. Thank you so much for watching as ever. Please do let me know if you have any feedback, comments, if any questions, anything you want to see from us, because we still have so many things to plan. We've been trying to do a little bit of planning today, but we haven't really got any further. Thank you again. Make sure to subscribe and comment, and I will see you next time in Malaysia. Still in Malaysia, but actual Malaysia. Thank you. Bye.